And I think we're live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly video. I hope you're doing well, and we're gonna get started. My name is Sami Abusad. I'm Director of Education at T3 Live. We're gonna get started first by going over a disclaimer, as always. A standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only. Also, if you're interested in getting my free ebook, you can download it for free. Link for that is in the description. But with that said, let's go ahead and get started. If you find benefit in today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button. I also have a favor to ask of you. Wait until the end. We're going to talk about it. I have a huge favor to ask of you at the end, okay? Let's get started now by taking a look at the market. The market is pretty much all out bullish. All-time highs. Nothing about the market suggests that it's going to be bearish anytime soon. We closed at all-time highs, just in an all-out uptrend. So the market looks all-out bullish. Every index, the Qs, the SPY, the IWM, everything is all-out bullish. Oh, but wait until the end. We're going to discuss something important at the end that I think might actually affect the market. Okay? So, but let's talk about that towards the end. So the market is all out bullish. I'm going to go over my swing ideas for tomorrow, for Monday. If you're a subscriber to my newsletter, you can already log on to your account, see which plays I'm picking for tomorrow, because we have a lot of good setups for tomorrow. The bullish list as well as the bearish list, so you don't have to type it up. I've copied the list and pasted it in the description of the video. So feel free to just go to the description and copy and paste it into your platform, and let's go over it together right now, shall we? So the first symbol that I like is AMCI. Obviously, that's a SPAC, okay? Special Purpose Acquisition Company. But it had a really good gap on Thursday. Friday had the bottoming tail bar. If it takes out 1625, I like it higher. Over 1625, the stop is under 15. It's a big stop, but I really, really like it higher. AMCI. AU has a pullback. Now, this is a gold stock. If it takes out 2370, that will trigger a daily buy setup. But I don't think gold is ready. So let's take a look at the monthly, and I'll show you the monthly buy setup also. That's a beautiful looking chart. It might work, but this is a deep pullback. Now, I also put the AU on the list to remind myself to talk about GLD, which looked pretty good to start the year on January 4th, and then it collapsed. So I'm not saying that gold is bearish, that it's gonna be bearish. Maybe it will be, but I'm not ready to make that statement. But what I do want to say is the fact that gold came in so hard, perhaps it's not ready to go back up anytime soon, because it shouldn't have crashed like this. It shouldn't have. It should have, that gap up should have held up better. With that in mind, the fact that gold might be sideways for a while, I don't know about the AU. Otherwise, so I don't know if the AU is really going to cooperate and it's going to work. Otherwise, I love this monthly buy setup on AU. Monthly buy setup simply means you have an uptrend and you have a pullback to the rising 20. That's what it is. So we got a beautiful pullback to support the top of a base in an uptrend is support. The rising 20 period moving average, and then we have a narrow range bar which signals a reversal. So I like it a lot. It's the cleanest gold stock that I have, and that's why it's on the list. So if you think gold GLD is going to be bullish going forward, then I like AU the most out of the gold. It's a gold miner actually, out of the gold stocks, okay? Next on the list is AYRO. Now AYRO I don't think is ready to rock and roll on Monday, tomorrow, but it has a beautiful weekly buy setup. You see that pullback to the 200 MA, that red line. So I like it over the base, stop under the base. I do this video only once a week. So sometimes I try to give you to share with you some ideas that might not be quite ready for Monday, but might be ready for Wednesday or Thursday. So this is one of those ideas that I think is not quite ready to go on Monday, won't be, but it will be come Wednesday, Thursday, who knows. BXRP has a transition A. Admittedly, it's not the best transition A I've ever taken. A transition A breakout is when the 20 MA is declining and then comes from underneath price and pushes it higher. But this is a, I think it's a biotech. Yes, it is low priced. So this is like the ideal time to play the biotech low price stocks because they've been just ripping, and it has room to about 225, 215 maybe. So I like it higher over 120. Stop under 108. Okay, on the BXRX. CALA had a big gap down and it had a pretty bullish base. So over the base, stop under it. You can look at the hourly chart. Over the base, stop under long. This is like the GNW, which I had in the newsletter just yesterday on Friday as an idea. Same exact. We had the big gap, the base, and the breakout, and it broke out on Friday. Now the CALA would be exactly the same kind of idea. Okay, so I like it higher. CRON doesn't look so good, but I also put the CRON on my list to remind myself to talk about the cannabis stocks. I think cannabis stocks look pretty good going forward, bullish, but I don't think they're quite ready. CRON might be the best one based on the monthly chart. See that 1, 2, 3? So bar number 1 is the igniting bar. Bar 2 is the resting bar. And bar 3 is the trigger. It technically already triggered. Over 915 was the entry. Stop under 690 and target 25. But if you're not in it, like I'm not in it, there's another entry over 937 with a stop under 860. It's not the best I've ever seen, but sometimes you don't get what you like. Things don't set up exactly perfectly. I'm just looking at Tilray. As you can see, Tilray monthly chart is not very good. It's coming into the declining 20, whereas CRON is taking it out. So I like the CRON more. FTIV is another SPAC. Long over 1120. Okay, stop under 1060. Like it higher. Target 1 would be 1250 and target 2 would be $16 or so. The top of that topping tail. Okay, that's the FTIV. IFRX. The truth is, it triggered already this day on January 5th, but I didn't take it. And so it's giving me another chance to get in it over the base right here, over Friday's high, which is 590. Stop under 550. You might be looking at the data chart and thinking, hey, what's so good about this? Well, zoom out. So we have a pretty large base breakout on the daily chart, also on the weekly, the monthly. So it's pretty good. I like it. It cleared the most recent resistance. It hasn't cleared this bar's high, but I don't really care that much about it. This is from July of last year, 6 months ago almost. So I like it higher as is. Monthly is okay. Daily is better, and weekly also looks good. That's the weekly chart. So the weekly looks higher to about $10 to the prior pivot high right here at 970 on the IFRX. IVR, I had it on last week's list too. It did not trigger that entire week. So I like it over the base, stop under it as a long-term play. So again, IVR, like it over the base, okay? Stop under it, and for target, it's going to be $8, the prior high right here. We might want to take some along the way. This prior resistance right here at 550, and then target 2 would be around the prior high. Not quite 8, but 730. Okay, it looks like 730. Oh, maybe it is 8. Let me just check. Oh yeah, it is 8. I thought it was $8 or so. It's 840, the prior high. So this one looks really, really good. It just needs to take out the base. It's been basing for a long time, but I like it a lot still. ORMP is got a daily buy setup, and better yet, I think the weekly is a breakout over the base. So I like it over the base. Stop under short. Let's take a look at the monthly. Monthly is a transition A. So this is more of a longer term play. Target is around 10 bucks on the ORMP. Looks higher long term. OSS is a daily base breakout. I don't like the top and tail for sure, but it looks good. It's based long enough to take out the resistance and continue higher. So over the base, stop under it and target the top of that topping tail. Okay, that's the OSS. Next on the list is the RHE, which is similar, is a base breakout. This reminds me of the SGOC, which I called in the newsletter on Friday and got to target already in the same day. So as a breakout and got to 210. It got to 210, but 215 really was the target. So this worked. RHE looks a little similar on the hourly chart. Over the base, stop under it, and target is not as clear. There's a little bit of resistance here already, and there is more at 10-15 bucks. So this could even move more than the SGOC did, but it looks good. TCON is a daily buy setup, pulling back to the rising 20 over $11, stop under 969. Now, I wouldn't use the prior pivot high in this case as a target. When you get a pullback, the prior pivot high, the prior resistance, this area is usually considered target. In this case, it's too close to the entry. So I think that TCON goes higher, and we'd have to pick target off the larger time frame. So the next resistance area here would be around $17 or so, and it's also the 200 MA on the weekly chart. Okay, TCON is really, really bullish. Has been, I mean, since we bottomed in March, from under $1 to 10 bucks. So it's up over 1,000%, but still looks higher. TCON. Last but not least is the VBLT. I hesitated a little bit on it about playing it over the base. I didn't on Friday. It triggered on Thursday. So too bad, because it looked good on the larger time frames and now has a 1-2-3. That's a solid 1-2-3. I like it a lot. So over this bar's high, stop under the low. You know, this reminds me of the Mankind. I think yeah. So the Mankind, the same thing. I didn't do it on the breakout. I hesitated a little bit because it wasn't perfect. Nice, healthy breakout on big volume, narrow range bar. I did it on the 1-2-3, and it got to the target on the second or third day, I think. Yeah, it did on the second or third day. I'm not sure, but same thing here. So the same thing on the VBLT, the breakout and the 1-2-3. In terms of target, I don't really remember what I picked for this, to tell you the truth. But as you can see, the next resistance area is about, let's see, is about $3, 310 for the first target. Maybe it gets to 5. It might. It's a long-term breakout. It just broke out over a 2-year base or so. So that's the bullish list. I'm obviously not going to be able to take every one of these. So I pick and choose. I pick the best, what I consider to be the best with the highest reward to risk. In order to know which ones exactly these are, the very best of this, you have to be a subscriber. And if you'd like to subscribe, it's only $49 for the first month. So you can try it out. We're also entering into earnings season, starting at the end of next week, I believe. Let me just check. Oh, mid next week on Wednesday, earnings season starts. So this is a really good time to join the newsletter, as I will be calling earnings plays. Okay, so check it out. Link for that is in the description. $49 to try it out for 30 days, and then month to month after that. Cancel anytime you want. Let's take a look at the bearish list now. We talked about how I have a favor to ask of you. It's coming up, okay? You'll see why. First, BEST looks good short. BEST is the worst stock in the world. Funny, ironic how they have, the ticker is BEST, and it looks horrible. I mean, it looks like a really good short. I like it. Under the base, there's no support to the below. So clear air below. So who knows how far it can fall. But I like it under the base. And stop would be over the hourly base right here. Entry would be just under the lowest point on the base, which is $1.90. Stop would be over 211. This pivot right here. Or the hourly base. Okay? So that's the BESC. INN is a transition C. So you know how some of you know this. How, hold on. Stocks move in a 4-stage cycle, like so. they basically have a 4-stage cycle. So when we go up, the first time they break out over that consolidation, it's called transition A. So right here is called transition A. When the stock rolls over, it's called transition C. It's the mirror image, but in the opposite direction of transition A. So transition C is the same as transition A. So I and N, you hear me talk about transition A plays all the time because market is bullish and a lot of things are breaking out. But this is a transition C. So I like it under the SPARS low with a stop above it. So under 847, stop over 895. And target on this would be $7 or so. This support right here. Okay. It will also coincide with the rising 20 on the weekly chart. So whichever comes first, the blue line on the weekly chart. Okay. So INN is a transition A. Tesla, and this is why, this is what I want to ask of you, is pray for me because I'm going to go short Tesla. Okay. Tesla has had an amazing move. And I took advantage here and there, but I didn't really take advantage because it just kept going. Meaning I traded in and out of it multiple times. But as you can see, I think it's gone up 8,000% in the last decade. But I mean, certainly just this year alone is up so much, right? I don't know what the exact percentage is. Well, you can see it's 1,000% from about $80 to start the year. Last year that is, to 880. It's I think the 5th largest company now by market cap. Overtook Facebook on Friday or even Thursday. But is this sustainable? Just think about it. I know Tesla's everybody's favorite company. It's got a cult following like Apple used to have and still does, you know, in the past. But is this really sustainable? I don't think so. So my plan is to short it as soon as it breaks out the prior bars low. Okay. Can also short it without waiting for it to break under the prior bars low because that makes for a large stop. Under 838 by 885. Could also do it just under this pivot, I guess, which is 847. Save about $10. Okay. So, but it closed at the highs. That's bullish. So I would like it to actually continue higher. The more it moves up, the more overbought, the more extended, the more climactic it gets. So a couple more bars up would be even preferable, would be even better. But I'm already ready to short it as soon as it rolls over. Okay? So I need you to pray for me since I'll be going against Tesla. Scary. And I'm going to go heavy. I'm going to go heavy because I like it a lot. Target would be $700, target 1, and maybe target 2, the 20 MA on the weekly chart, which at the moment is around 525, but maybe 600 by the time it comes down there. I would think 600. So I like Tesla. And then another thing that I put on the list here is BTC because I just wanted to go over it with you. So this is BTC for you, okay? BTC is turning bearish. Now, I'm not saying this is the top forever, but I certainly like BTC short, and I like it. I'm already in it. At night, I got triggered out of my last coin at $40,000, okay? And I like it lower to about $32,000. Will it get there? I'm not sure, but that's really the target, is the 20 on the daily chart, okay? So I like Bitcoin short. Now, you might be thinking, where can you short Bitcoin? Because all the exchanges out there don't allow it. Well, I know of one exchange that allows it, which is where I have a coin short, and it's Kraken, KRAKEN. It's a San Francisco-based company exchange, so I like it short, okay? And that's the only place that I know of that allows a trading on margin, which allows you to short the cryptos. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I think that's it. Let me see. So I'm going to close out of this. Yeah, and I think that was the last symbol. So we got a few interesting short ideas along with Bitcoin, and also, you know, this year is off to a great start. In 1 week, we just had 1 week, right? That's 61 grand, and usually the first week of the year is really slow because we don't have earnings. You know, it's just the beginning of the year. It's usually very slow. So I hope if you're not in my trading room already, I hope you're in a trading room where the educator actually makes money and actually trades and shows you their proof that they trade. They show you their P&L. And take a look. This is not, it's 61,000 in 1 week. Now, knock on wood, I'm not trying to jinx myself, but I just, wanted to say trading is really good right now. I hope you're doing well. If you would like to check out what I do on a daily basis, the link for that is in the description. If you have any questions, reach out to customer service, info@t3live.com. info@t3live.com. I want to thank you for sticking around till the end. And as always, have a great rest of the weekend, whatever we have left of it. And I will talk to you next week. Take care, everybody. Ciao.